Alright guys, I'm just going to be working with carton. As you can see, there's just carton from anything, so long it is strong. But the major material you can use for this project is your Marco material. That shoemaker pad they carry all about. That's the best material for this project actually. But like I said, I do not have the material with me here, so I'm forced to use anything that is available. So that's why I'm working with carton. And on your own, you can actually work with the carton, but the only problem is when they wash it, you can imagine that that carton will be destroyed. So I don't really advise the use of carton. So watch this video for the purpose of getting the idea. Use Marco material to do it. So after drafting the pattern, I'll just cut it out now. Just cut it out. You make sure that the pattern you draft now, the down part can size your head, sit on the head like airbound. That the pattern, the down should be able to sit on the head like airband. Then wrap it with your fabric. The purpose of wrapping it with fabric is so that you can use your thread to attach whatsoever you plan to attach, and also to protect the material that to protect the carton you have inside. Even when you are using the Marco material, I strongly advise that you still cover it with fabric, something soft. Now, it is not compulsory you do this work completely with thread and needle. You can use your hot glue. Once you have a hot glue, use hot glue to do the work. So you can just glue the material on it and all that. But please do not glue the elastic. Make sure you sew it. Sew the elastic to it. That's the only way you can ensure that it is firm. Now, this elastic, you are supposed to wrap it with the exact color of the material you will be using to make your design. So you wrap it with the exact color of the material you are supposed to use to make your design. Before fixing it on this now, you are supposed to wrap it, but I left it this way for you to see that it is an elastic that is inside. Good. So after preparing it like this, just try it and see if it is firm on your head. Try it and see if it is firm on your head, if the elastic you are using is okay, if the size is okay, if it is sitting very well on the head. Very important. Then after that, you go ahead to cut your fabric. I'm using satin. Like I said, it is a satin auto gele, so I'm using satin. My measurement is 18 inches by 4. So I'll simply cut that out. To complete this project, you will need about 50 pieces of that. So you need to make 50 pieces of your pattern before you start the work, because we are expected to fill both the front and the back with this pattern. Now you are supposed to fill it, and it is depending on how high you want it to be. How high you want it to be, that's how you cut your pattern. So if you want it very high, then the shape I have now, you can increase it. It can be bigger than what I have here now. But if you don't want it high, I made a moderate one because I don't really want the very high one. So it's depending, and you can cut any shape you want for this particular pattern now. That's what you are using as the hairband. You can cut any shape you want. You can cut it to be like a triangle. You can cut it like a cone shape, any shape that you want at all. You can cut it, then prepare your pattern and fill it with it. And also you can use any material. It's not compulsory it is a satin. You can use any material that is convenient for you. So right now I'm just passing my needle through so that I can form the exact design that I want. So as you can see now, the needle is through in it. All I need to do now is to just drag it together and then form the design I want. So this is how you pull it together. So you just use your thread and needle to tack it from the middle, that is so that you can secure it in one position. If you don't have thread and needle if you cannot tack it with your thread and needle at the middle, you can also use your hot glue just to make sure that it is staying in one position. So that is it now. You will need about 50 pieces of this to complete the work, because you are expected to fill the whole of the front and also fill the back. No part of this pattern is supposed to be empty. No part of this hairband now is supposed to be empty, so you fill it completely. Okay, so you fill it all through. Make sure that both the down and the up will not be exposed. So when you are fixing the flower or the pattern you have now, you don't need to take it too far up, you don't need to take it too far down too, but just make sure that both up and down is well arranged. All right, so you see the way I'm fixing it at first, just like it's flat, but after that, at the center part of it, you begin to raise it and then open the pattern so that you can get the style out. Use your hand to separate it, open it. Don't put it flat. Do not put it flat. Put it straight. Yes, let it rest on the rest ones that you'll be making before. Yes, so you open it now. When you open it, you get the design out better before you attach it. This work is very fast when you are using your hot glue, so I advise that you use hot glue. It's very fast. But if you want the one that they can really wash, huh, especially when you are working on white, I will advise that you work with thread and needle so that when it's dirty the person can wash it. You agree with me that sometimes hot glue they give way when you wash them. So but if you use thread and needle, they can actually wash it and it will be okay. So you see the placement there now. That's how you start to place it once you get to the center part. Yes, and now I have filled it. Just that in this video now I only filled the first part. I did not fill the back, and you can see that the elastic part also I have covered it with material. And so this is it now. All I did was just to tie the base of it. I just tied the base and then you wear this on top of it. It's very beautiful. It comes in different patterns. You use it for your auto gele, use it for your client. Even you can make it on your own at home. You don't need anybody to help you tie it. So that is it.